So we actually demonstrate something. Now, the physical layer, which is the first layer, is actually the connection, the cable connection. Like you connecting your Ethernet cable, maybe to your router. That is the physical layer of it. That is the physical layer of it. Now, this connection from here, we want to try to send message. Let me use this PC2. We want to send message to this Cisco. We want to send message to this cisco.com, this server, this Cisco server here. We want to send message to this Cisco server using this PC1. You will see how the message, the protocol it passes that we cannot see. The protocol it passes before it actually reaches this Cisco.com, this Cisco server. Now, when I open my PC, so here now, this is the web browser, which is the application part of it, because that is where the users use the application part of it. Now I'm going to put in simulation mode. If you guys can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is PC1. So I want to reach cisco.com. Now the package is actually ready here now. So let's forward it. You can see how the packet is moving from the PC1, and it's actually moving to the switch. It moved to the router, then the internet router. Hope you guys can see it.
Yes, sir.
We'll go back to the packet tracer to see what actually happened, to see this explanation. Now, layer 7 is the application layer. This provides network service directly to users. Example, WhatsApp, Gmail, web browser. Now, this layer 7 is actually your application layer. That is your browser, your WhatsApp. This is your layer 7. And in real life example, you type a message, a WhatsApp message, then press send. That is the application layer of it. Then that is the layer 7. Please, this is the layer 7. It's not the first layer. Application layer is always the layer 7. Then the presentation layer. This handles data, formatting and encryption, then compression. This layer 6 actually handles data, formatting, encryption, and compression in the OSI model. This layer 6 actually handles data. It encrypts it so that an intruder will not be able to have access to it. Then it compresses it. Then real life example is WhatsApp encrypt your message before transmission. Yeah, immediately you type maybe hello somebody and you want to send it. That message is being encrypted immediately. Immediately you press send. It's being encrypted for an intruder not to see it. And it's being encrypted in a form that you won't understand the language. That is just it. So layer 5 establish, manage, and terminate connection. Yeah, this layer 5 is actually establish and manage. It establish, manage, and terminates communication session. Yeah, this for real life example now, keep the chat session active between you and your friend. Yeah, when you guys are actually communicating, you are sending message is replying, you are sending message is replying, you are sending message is replying. The section actually responsible for that section being active is the section layer. It keep that section being active. Just like at this particular corner, the section, the layer responsible for this call to be flowing like this without any interruption is the session layer. It actually kept the session, the transmission of the data. It kept that session alive. It kept it active. That is just the function of the 5th layer. Then this layer 4, which is transport layer. This layer actually uses just 2 protocols. That is the TCP, this transmission control protocol, and the UDP, user datagram protocol. Yeah, this is just what this layer does. Example, it breaks a large file into smaller pieces and ensure delivery. Yeah, last time I talked about TCP and UDP, that TCP actually is used for connection oriented. the WhatsApp message you are sending is being guaranteed to the destination, to the person you're actually sending the message to. That is the function of the transport layer. It actually uses two protocol here, either the TCP or the UDP. And the TCP is the transmission control protocol, while the UDP is the user datagram protocol. And I said that in our last slide that UDP is not connection oriented. Is not connection oriented. As we are actually having this call now, if I try to capture data using Wireshark, the data that is the protocol that will be capturing is UDP. Why? Because we are in live session, and UDP is actually used to play game. Maybe you are watching live stream. You are actually in a live call or so. That's what UDP is used for. It's used to break packet into smaller parts to ensure packet is being delivered properly, which is use of TCP, or packet is not being delivered properly, which is the use of UDP. That is the transport layer. Then the network layer is a logical address and routing using the IP address. Yeah, this is where the IP address come in. When message is being sent, you send message from the layer 7. The layer 6 encrypt it. The session layer, the session layer will keep the session active. Then the TCP, the transportation layer actually uses which protocol am I going to use for this communication. Then the network layer here uses IP address. This is where hacker normally works, this network layer, because what they actually need from you is your IP address. So this layer 3, this is where hacker normally work on. So this is where they are interested in, this networking layer. So this is responsible for logical addressing. Another name for IP address is logical address, please. That's another name for IP address is logical addresses. Now, as a real life example is router determine the best path to reach your friend's phone. Yeah, it actually determines the best path to reach your friend's phone. The shorter range to actually reach your friend's phone. That is the responsibility of the network layer. Then the data link layer. This uses MAC address and handle communication with local network. Yeah, this one uses your MAC address. Immediately you connect, maybe you want to send a message to, maybe you just connect to computers, or you connect a computer to a switch and you want to send a message to the other computer. This is where the data link will come up, because the data link is actually looking for the MAC address. This is where the MAC address will come in. Thereby, you send the message using the MAC address. The message you are sending is actually looking for the MAC address of the destination, like the destination device you are sending the message to. That's where the layer 2 come in. Then the physical layer. The physical layer is the connection of the cable to your system. The physical layer is the connection of the cable to your system. Then this is transmit bits and electrical, radio, or optical signals. Yeah, this is used to transmit, let me say, electric bits. Maybe you connect your RG45 cable to your laptop and you connect it to your router and you want to send message to it. That thing is sending is electric signal or radio signal or optical signal to it. It's not actually your data. It's actually maybe your electric signal or radio signal to it. And a real life example is Wi-Fi radio carries signals and data through the air. Yeah, that is the real life example of it. Now let's go to now let me check if this thing have actually closed up. So I will open it.
Sir, I'm sorry, please. I do not understand the data link. Yeah.
Okay, data link. Let me open. Sorry, you can miss your mind. Let me open the packet tracer again to show you how the data link works. It's still coming up. So when it's coming, I will go back. I will explain the data link layer. Now, the OSI model using a WhatsApp message, an example. Imagine you send hello on WhatsApp application layer. You type the message, presentation layer, WhatsApp encrypt the message. Then session layer, the chat session is maintained. That session is still maintained. As we are chatting the person is actually replying. There's no disconnection there. That is the function of the session layer. Then the transport layer, TCP slash UDP, prepare the data for transport. Yeah, is actually break it down into segments, because this TCP actually work on a router. Yeah, this TCP actually work on a router. Maybe you are transferring messages. When you get to this transport layer, the network device responsible is the router. It's actually break it down into segments. Yeah, into segments to make sure the data is actually oriented. I mean, is it delivers safely, which is TCP, which is the TCP. I mean, TCP protocol or UDP, and UDP is not guaranteed. You can send message via UDP, and example of data that is being transferred over UDP is maybe we are playing games online, maybe you are watching Netflix, you are streaming online, anything you are doing like this call we are doing now. If I try to capture packet now on this call, you will see that it will capture a plenty UDP packet because you're actually on call here. You're actually on call, and the call is not actually it's very, very fast, but it doesn't guarantee delivery. That's the work of UDP. Then the network layer, IP address are used for routing. Yeah. Immediately you type your message, if the message is going to the sender, I mean to the receiver, it's going to go with your IP address. When you get to the WhatsApp server, it's going to use the IP address. Okay, I think it's working now. Let me just share this screen for me to just explain the. So this is an interface being connected to this switch, which is being this cable that has been connected here to this switch is actually this fast Ethernet. And since this system, I mean this PC0 send message to this, is sending message to this Cisco router